Welcome to Blog-vember 2019. We are reaching in our bag of tips.
Alright, I got two.
Again.
Alright. Gear purchasing tips.
Okay, cool.
Oh boy, that's always a tough one too. You always might feel like, because technically if I have a guitar, right? I have a guitar, I have a phone, technically I have enough gear.
That's true.
Okay? At that point in time,
Right.
you got enough, right? You know?
Yep.
So, so I think you get to that point where when do you have too much gear, or why are you buying gear?
Okay.
Sometimes I have to do that with myself. So
Okay.
sometimes it's like I'm buying gear because of the fact it's easier than fixing another
figuring
problem.
out,
That's actually going on.
Okay.
You know, so maybe issues with respect to, maybe not liking what I'm doing, whatever. But at the same token, I do understand that gear can be inspirational.
Yes.
You know, that sometimes you just got to change things out. You know, like you might have something that's really good, and that's why I like to change gear out. You know, I don't like to just keep duplicating gear and just like having tons and tons and tons of people.
Right. So that is kind of what Bruce does, is to sell on eBay or wherever else, sell the old stuff. And then that helps fund the new purchase.
Yeah, it does that. But also, it's like, I just don't like having duplicative gear around.
Okay.
You know, I guess that's kind of thing for me. But when it comes to guitars, I think it's very personal. I mean, if you could play it, that's, to me, ultimately, that's the best way to kind of get gear. I mean, I know now, like with those Sire basses, a lot of those are sold online, and there aren't a lot of stores that actually carry
where you can
those
actually try it
and actually play those basses. You know, so especially if you want a certain color, you know, and like Sire makes so many different colors and things like that. So I can understand that part of it.
Right.
So where you may have to do a mail order.
Yeah.
You know, just sometimes it just might not have the type of gear that you need locally.
Yeah.
I know I buy a lot from, and you know, we're plugging, but I guess I buy a lot from Sweetwater.
Yeah,
So Sweetwater's really good at, you know, getting gear to you, you know, the next day and stuff like that. But there are other places that are good too, and other places I would go through like Zounds and American Musical Supply, Musician's Friend, all the ones that you've heard of.
Yeah.
But, you know, if you have like local music stores too, you know, you might be able to find some good stuff too. So it all depends on what you're looking for as far as that goes. So a couple of tips is kind of assess why you're buying the gear,
I like that.
you know, and then number two, if you're buying gear so that you feel like it's going to spur you on or inspire you, maybe break you out of your rut, I think that's a good thing. If you're buying things like guitars, I think it's personal. So if you can go in, you can play it, I think that's a good thing to do.
Okay.
So those are like 3 different gear tips that I have in a nutshell very quickly.
I like that.
So, all right.
All right. What are your tips for buying gear?
Yeah.
Please leave it in the comments below. And join us again tomorrow for another Blog-vember episode.
Yeah, and if you like the vibe, you should do what?
Be sure to subscribe. We're wishing you love, peace, and
Chicken grease.
we still doing chicken grease?
I guess so. I mean, this is not the healthy one.